breach. Breaching now. Floor is clear.
Target behind the wall. X-ray down.
2 X-rays down.
Copy. Make sure this floor's secure.
We're ready to move up.
First floor secure.
On me.
Weapon green. Shotgun.
Bravo 6, moving to the second floor.
Can't even play no games with this one. What the fuck type of accent was that? Can't even play no games with this one. What's the deal, people of the web? I'll make this quick, simple, and clean because we got a lot of shit to do. COD Next just went on or is going on. I don't know how long it'll last. Beta about to drop today apparently or tomorrow. Don't know when I'm gonna be able to play it, but I'll let niggas know. Black Ops 7 gameplay impressions, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone by Espresso. That's ganging him. He has a very like 50-50, like he just reports on the game, you know, from a non-biased standpoint, and for the most part keeps his opinions, you know, to himself. But I watched this already, but all I'm saying, this bitch got ganged him a little, like, perplexed, like, just a little bit. And it's more of a filler type of year for Call of Duty. That's what Black Ops 7 is, apparently. All I'm gonna say is Modern Warfare 4 be here next year to save Warzone, to save Call of Duty. I think Blackout is overrated.
So, Black Ops 7 has officially been revealed. Multiplayer, zombies, Warzone. Today we're taking a look at what was available at COD Next and my opinions on the content at hand. Drop your thoughts as we go along, drop a like if you enjoy. Make sure you subscribe for more FPS content of all kinds, Black Ops 7, Battlefield 6, Arc Raiders, and plenty more here. Love to have you in the community. We've got a very, very busy fall upcoming, but anyways, let's talk about what's on hand here at this. Super raw, unfiltered thoughts, just have a couple of notes here from COD Next and everything. And I'm likely going to forget a lot of things, but first and foremost, well, core experience itself feels like it's a polished and refined Black Ops 6. Mentally, I'm considering this a Black Ops 6 2.0, for better or for worse. I don't think that there's any really other way to describe it. Like, once you play the game and feel it, it is directly akin to that gameplay feel. Again, a bit more polished in some areas. And here's the thing, that's not even inherently bad. Like, personally speaking, I don't mind Black Ops 6's core gameplay, and thus Black Ops 7's core gameplay. I really don't. It's Call of Duty, it's a unified engine, and the last few years is taking that you-know-what-to-expect approach, and this year kind of amplifies that sentiment. Being a game built back-to-back, it's very readily apparent. Like, fundamentally, I do not think the core gameplay is bad, but it also doesn't push the boundaries in a lot of senses. It doesn't challenge the norm, it doesn't necessarily wow you, and perhaps I'm just aging out of COD, which is totally fine, but despite being a Black Ops 2 fanboy, like,
I don't see how jumping off the fucking wall doesn't push the boundaries, but, you know, I guess because we've already had it before, but, like, bro, there's only so much you could do. Like, give them a break. Damn, like, I'm so sick of this push the boundaries shit. Like, bro, at this point, bro, niggas been pushing the boundaries so much, that's what really lost their identity. Like, you keep talking about, like, they need to do something new. Bro, sometimes just going over and improving on the shit that you already built off of is a way better way than always creating something new and fresh. Like, that shit can get lost in the sauce, like, at any given point. I think that's where we at right now. That's why the reboot in Modern Warfare 2019 was so successful and so important, and why it's still important, because they the only ones that really sticking to whatever the fuck they set out to do. Like, that shit is apparent, and what the hell they is doing, how they handling it, and how they fan bases is reacting to the shit. Shit ridiculous. Look, Back to it.
My favorite in the franchise, and this being a spiritual successor, I appreciate the design element of that, and I appreciate the freedom the near future can afford, but this is another Black Ops game to me. I will be playing for both content here because we've built a channel over the last 12 years predominantly on Call of Duty. Like, I'd probably say 550,000 people at some point of the 620,000 here on the channel so far have probably subscribed for Call of Duty in some capacity. But also because there are elements to the game and to Call of Duty as a whole that I do enjoy. I very much enjoy the grind of multiplayer camos and things like that, or challenges to go along with it, just something I personally enjoy. If you don't, that's totally fine, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I think that there are very validly things to be excited for if you're a core Call of Duty fan. Like, if you love Call of Duty, you know you're going to play it. There are a lot of cool things that will be coming both at launch and post-launch along the way. But if you're somebody that is just kind of like, okay, this is the year that I don't really care too much about it, that's totally fine. And of course, for all the years, there's quite a bit of competition here in the industry and a lot of games, not only just in the FPS genre, but a lot of stuff here in Q4 that are going to be a lot of fun to play. So in that sense, it's almost like a feeling of indifference, perhaps, where, like, I'm not necessarily mad about Call of Duty Black Ops 7, but I'm also not shouting from the rooftops that this is going to be a top 5 Call of Duty game of all time or something like that. Top level, I love the things like, again, the camo systems, the weekly challenge systems coming back. So far, the communication we've seen in terms of some of the gameplay changes that actually made their way into the beta.
Oh, we have 4%.
The beta version
I'm about to go get
see
charged.
in a couple of days, and we'll showcase that COD next. Things like that I really will enjoy whenever I end up playing. However, we can also recognize that while there is some good, we can't ignore there's going to be some bad. We'll talk about specifics of good and bad about the gameplay itself, but independent of that stuff that we saw at COD Next, that entire experience was a bubble. It was something confined into a singular LAN experience that everybody was playing. Of course, yeah, there's some of the best players in the world all stacking up against everybody, so not everybody's going to do crazy good or anything like that, but it's good competition in that sense. However, that's a, again, small, confined, controlled space. When we get to the real launch experience, or even the beta in a couple of days, you're going to see those things that will be persisting: skill-based matchmaking, disbanding lobbies, chat moderation, shadow bans, things like that that...
Also sick of this skill matchmaking bullshit argument. I get it. I for sure get it. I understand it. I'm not saying I wouldn't want. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you the real. I like I like the SBMM for one reason and one reason only. Because I'm not always sweating. First, I be playing the game, especially Call of Duty, because I don't really take Call of Duty serious for real. Like, I be watching shit, playing Call of Duty. I be eating food. I be fucking listening to music. Like, I be doing all types of shit, smoking, blowing. Yeah, I be fucking. I'll probably be playing with a tech deck if I got it near me. I haven't built a new one. I gotta go build that bitch. But yeah, bro. So all that to say, there's some people that be on this game and they locked in 24/7. Just off the fact that you being locked in 24/7, you automatically gonna do better than me, bitch. Off the rip, cause I'm not even paying attention to this shit. Like, bro, I will go just die 1,000 times and not give a fuck. But then once I put this pizza down, wash my hands, lock it, think I'm getting like 5 kills right there. But I probably think it'll be like 5 and 30. Like, you think it'll a little better? Like, I don't play the game from year to year, from start to finish, even on 1 year, and be like, damn, bro, I fucking went negative this game. Like, I ain't gonna cap. I know I've had times where I'm like, yeah, I've been negative. I went negative. Like, had times where I cared about it, just because, like, all right, that particular game, I was locked in, but not every single game. Like, for the majority of what I play the game for, I'm playing leisurely a good 70% of the time. Like, the only time I'm really locked in is when I'm playing with my friends. So that's 30% of the time for real. When Call of Duty is fun. When Call of Duty is not fun, when Call of Duty is like I will say this, Call of Duty has not been a game where you can get all your friends on for a minute. I will say that. Modern Warfare 2019, you could do that. Hasn't been that way since. I must be real with myself. You couldn't do it on Modern Warfare 22. I think a big reason of that at Warzone, if you have friends that wanted to play Warzone, promise you could bet it on Warzone, because Warzone was fun. But your multiplayer friends, like back in the day, nah, y'all wasn't there. Like, multiplayer experience has not been the same since Modern Warfare 2019. And they want to say SBMM? No, nah. It's really because the game just ain't been fun for real. Like, Warzone literally has just been the more attractive option when it comes to playing with your friends ever since Modern Warfare 2019. And niggas just hate that shit. That's why they hate Warzone. That's why I got into that argument with bro. Like, they don't like the fact that Warzone is taking so much away from their particular community that they just don't like. They just rather be without it. But you know, the zombies, niggas, they don't give a fuck about zombies, because they're not as big as of a threat to them as these Warzone niggas is. So it's like, to them, it's like, bro, get away with the Warzone, get away with the SBMM. It came at the same time, get it gone at the same time. They gotta been differentiating which evil is worse. They gotta been differentiating which is even which. They just throwing it all in one thing and calling it fuck Modern Warfare 2019. And that just the worst shit ever. To me, like, that shit, it created a villain. I mean, my villain art. What are we talking about?
At a top level, affecting the entirety of the Call of Duty ecosystem, those things are not going away. And so therefore, you could end up having, again,
it's not going away. It's not going away. But guess what? I'm telling you, you heard it here first. Modern Warfare 4 will be the game that brings the community back. That means, like, your friends around your circle back to 6v6, Warzone, damn near campaign. They probably gonna have them niggas on the 4th game mode. That's how cold they coming on Modern Warfare 4. You don't know why I know this? Because that's how it's set up. It's been set up from Modern Warfare 1 to Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare this. I ain't gonna say 3. 3, because that wasn't really them. I was like 25% them. Nah, we ain't about to talk about that. Like, I feel it in my bones. Like I ain't gotta really do too much, because I already know they got me, bruh. They got my back, bruh. Feel me? But I ain't gonna say too much.
Bubble where I had fun playing with my friends. We're all playing for content. We're all pushing the objectives and things like that. That it's enjoyable in that sense. That it's not.
Actually, I'm gonna say too much. The DMZ, bro, it's gonna be more fleshed out. It's gonna be an actual competitor to Warzone. They might start hating DMZ now. They'll be like, DMZ niggas, man. DMZ niggas, man. They gonna start hating them niggas. Cause, bro, a lot of the people that really love multiplayer 6v6, they want everybody else to love that shit too, secretly deep down. They want everybody to be like, this is the best way to consume FPS. Not even FPS. This is the best way to consume Call of Duty, since this is what it's been all this time. This is what it started with. They can't accept the fact that you can consume Call of Duty in different ways. Like, they don't appreciate that shit, bro. That's okay, I get it. I actually was like that for a good part of Modern Warfare 2019. But once Sneak Attack drop, it's a wrap. I'm on Warzone. It's a wrap. I was transitioning. By the time AMAX drop, Warzone nigga. Ground, Warzone nigga. Oh, that ISO, Warzone nigga. Ooh, it was metas.
In that beta and in that launch window. So we can recognize both that there is good, but also recognize that, yeah, there's some stuff that still is the elephant in the room. The things that probably aren't going to get addressed. And that's frustrating, and unfortunately, again, is one of those things that's contributing to that overall.
Same thing?
This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone.
Well, not wow factor. Mix that in with the general fatigue, I guess, of the Black Ops nature, and again, just continuing the feeling of the same game, of 2.0 version here of this. it's a weird sort of place to be in. And I understand why people aren't looking forward to it if they're not. Or if people oppositely really enjoyed Black Ops 6 up until this point right now, this is going to be a great sort of expansion into what is possible here at this. I think that had this been its own standalone thing, like you take 3 years in between once again here, that you don't have a back-to-back Black Ops game, I think this game would be received incredibly differently. Like, I think it would actually be a game that people were really looking forward to had it not been off the heels of, again, another Black Ops, and one that honestly took quite a few missteps in regards to community sentiment along the way since then. But anyways, that's general.
He like 50% right with what he said right there. Only because Treyarch and Call of Duty fans in general don't really be getting the effects that they game have on the community as a whole. Because they been thinking their game is like it can't do no wrong. They style of play can do no wrong. Like they feel like they style of play is superior and no other style of play should be as made president. Like it shouldn't be the point of your game. Like the point of a Treyarch game is to like quickly outmaneuver the other opponents with your gunplay. Same way with Sledgehammer. Point of Infinity War games is to tactically dominate the other side by being the better IQ players. But making the better decisions. Yeah. That's what it is. Or that's what it's been lately. I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna be like, yeah, on her force for the Sentinels. Well, we get our share. They love Modern Warfare 3. Watch. They're gonna be so hyped up off Modern Warfare 4 and how it was a great year. Like, yeah. If Infinity War can do this good, imagine what Sledgehammer can do. Now, I'm not gonna say too much about Sledgehammer. I just know they don't do the same shit that Infinity War does. Because I think gameplay-wise, they have the same type of philosophy that Treyarch does. Like, you want to outmaneuver your opponent. And I just don't think that should be the philosophy that every COD should be. Nah, if Sledgehammer and Treyarch want to do that, that's cool. But I don't think Call of Duty that has Warzone in it should be that ever. But I digress.
Links here with this, but let's talk a little bit more about specifics, because there are things that I do want to talk about, sort of give some praise to, and of course some really critique, because some of the things I did not like, some I did. Maps, let's talk there. Designs, thematically and aesthetically, I really did enjoy the maps. I think that if this is any indication for what we see for the full launch offering of the game, there's some cool, unique locations here, and a lot more color and vibrance than what we see in a lot of other games in the franchise as of recently. I think that visually, they're just really nice to look at and have some really cool details. However, oppositely, some of them I think are interesting ones to lead off with. The layouts, like Toshin or Toshin, I don't think that was a well laid out map. That map in particular, too many interweaving yet also disconnected pathways for that map. Like, it feels like at any given point, you're kind of looking horizontally at the map. Like, it doesn't feel like you're going north to south, but instead you're just always going east to west. If that makes sense, I don't know if my just weird, stupid brain thinks of things differently than the average player. But it's one of those things that, like, I feel like, oh, I'm trying to progress up the map, but somehow I'm looking to the side again? How does that work? And one thing that, like, kind of bothered me, and maybe I just missed it, but one thing that I noticed in the hardpoint match was I spawned mid-map whenever we were ending up attacking a hardpoint that was the sort of enclosed train station. That's on one side of the map. But I spawned in mid-map, and there was truly no way to get from mid-map to that point, like, straight through. I had to go and wrap around almost into spawns to then come into that line of sight there, or take a vent that was still somewhat down that way.
Big dinner box, 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas. Big dinner box, 8 wings, 5 breadsticks, 2 pizzas. Everybody wins.
Pushing back towards a spawn before I jumped in. There was no real, like, head-on attack angle to it. So that kind of stuff was weird in how that was designed and balanced. Spawns, I thought some of them were just downright atrocious. Will likely be fixed in time. Like, that stuff usually is something that, with the proper testing, with the proper player counts, actually finding that data and giving those heat maps to the developers, those things are changed in time, but initially speaking, spawns were really bad. Like, Blackheart is a very small map, but for some reason in Team Deathmatch, the mode in which spawns are historically the least sticky in relation to how you'd spawn with other players in your vicinity, they were, for whatever reason, really sticky. Like, the 2 sort of main spawn points in each spawn would just end up being static there. Somebody could be in that exact spawn location opposite of you, and while there is the sort of dividing wall of small buildings on either side of those spawn points, you could still stand and basically watch where they'd spawn, but just have that wall in front of them, if that makes sense. Like, they will be able to look right into that doorway, and you're just outside of the doorway, so you're not in their viewpoint, but you can still spawn there. Goshen, again, was another one that had some really poor spawns. It just seemed like they were kind of all over the place in the hardpoint that we saw, which hardpoint has a bit more, I don't want to say random spawns, but compared to like a domination or something, it bounces around a little bit more in terms of how that spawn will navigate where you're at. But that, it was one of those things that, again, it felt too sticky at times and then too random at others. Again, I think that'll be fixed, but that was something that I noticed that was a bit bothersome. Streaks, I think that these are kind of like in between. I both love and hate them, what we saw. Like the VTOL, I ended up getting a couple of those in our capture session yesterday before the event, in which the VTOL felt very good. I finally died to it actually in the next stream today, where I got a little bit of a taste of my own medicine, because that thing, even with spawn protection, can take you out in like 2-3 rockets, which it's a constant rate of fire, so like it's a really fast time to death there at this. But loved the VTOL, very powerful to go play with. However, if you're going up against things like the wall hack sniper, initial reaction, I don't know if I've hated a streak more. Like, you can shoot through multiple surfaces here with that, and it just railgun punches through everything, and there's no counter to it. Maybe cold-blooded, I didn't test that out, but like, there's just truly nowhere you can hide behind it if you don't have, again, if cold-blooded works. That was frustrating. Weapons, Creator Class I think is nice in terms of not only just the UI, love the new UI for that one, and it's nice that you have more cross-categorization attachments. Like, big ups on that, I love that like, if you want to build a gun for more recoil control, you now have the ability to use attachments across multiple categories, whereas the last couple of years, it kind of pushed you towards 1 or 2 different categories were the only things that had recoil mitigation, or ADS, or sprint to fire speed adjustment.
This gun smells look so bad. Just looks dry, uninspired, copy and paste, like it's trying to be Modern Warfare, but it's not. They don't have any real, like, when I looked at the first like multiplayer reveal trailer, it looked like the little like holographic, like see-through attachment type areas could be like expanded upon, like they would start to look like that, like they would have that type of vibe and feel, but they don't. They look just more like regular ass manufactured shit. Like, it could be in the future, probably is gonna be what the future look like, but there's no fun, there's no sauce into it. Like, it ain't no storyline into these like attachments. Like, you see how, oh, I ain't gonna say you see, because I ain't about to show y'all niggas. Okay, the fucking Peacekeeper looks like it has some type of manufacturer's like name on it or whatever, but like, one thing Modern Warfare games do, they gonna put it in the attachments, and that just make this shit look a little saucy. I don't know. No, they don't always do that. I ain't gonna lie. They don't always do that, but they do it a lot with the muzzles. with the clips, with some of the lasers, especially on the optics, bro. The optics be looking clean as hell. Like the optics be looking like you really getting them bitches from like off the internet. But like any shits, bro, they don't have no real cons for real. Like I could tell, like they ain't really a good like system of gunsmith. It's not a real selection of attachments that could really get a lot of variety out of your gun for real. Like you can't really make some crazy ass like builds with this shit with the amount of motherfucking attachments they give you. Mind you, I didn't play the beta yet. I'm just noticing what I saw from gameplay, but we gonna know soon.
It's like that. So you have more availability to do that now across multiple different attachment sets, which is nice. So you can min-max things if you'd like to do that. Weapon kick felt a bit more apparent on some guns. Like again, a lot of this does feel like Black Ops 6, but I think that the recoil patterns were amped up a little bit, like those profiles were a bit more noticeable. Perhaps it's just me with not necessarily the most well-adjusted builds, but we also didn't have enough time to fully determine that. But that was something that I definitely noticed. There was more punch to those weapons, which is both, I guess, good and bad, depending on who you ask.
I like a punch.
Overload was the only one that really was like something that was new and something noteworthy, but honestly, I really liked Overload. I thought that was a really fun mode, and I really liked the return of Uplink.
I like Overload now. I don't know how different it is from Gridiron. We're gonna find out, but if it's really different from Uplink or Gridiron, I'm gonna be upset. But if it's just like the shit, I fucks with it. Add that shit to Modern Warfare. But let me say that shit loud and clear for nigga. Add that shit to Modern Warfare 4.
That it brings back. That I think this will be really good to both play and watch in competitive.
Wix. One platform, any website. Unlimited creation.
Competitive play, and I'm really hoping that it does make its way into that CDL rotation. You'll definitely find me playing ranked play if that's the case with this. The overclock system was the sort of first innovation, I think, that was impactful to this game, truthfully, where you have two options for a field upgrade, lethal, tactical, or streak, that you can sort of customize those things here. You can really make a difference in your playstyle if compounded, like if you start to add things together that all have similar attributes. Like for me, for example, I was running the overclocked ammo box, which gives you the option to have the golden bullets for extra score on kills, essentially giving you Crash's assault pack from Black Ops 4. That then mixing with the overclock on a few streaks of lower score cost, plus adding bankroll awarding 150 score at the start of every life. I was getting UAVs and intel like crazy. Like if you have the Scout Pulse on, with those three things compounding together, it is 100 score for a Scout Pulse every single time you respawn. I literally think that I had a Scout Pulse every single life whenever I was playing with that and getting footage with that. So these make for some pretty big impacts on the gameplay, which I do enjoy. So again, that is stuff that right from the gameplay build, notes of good and bad. Again, I did like stuff, I didn't like stuff. But that's a lot of time spent just on multiplayer. Let's talk about some of the other modes here with this. Yesterday, I didn't get any hands-on. I wasn't able to prep or anything for the discussion about this, and we only had limited play sessions for each of these upcoming of Zombies and Warzone. Zombies, I personally liked. Again, granted, that's only from 17 rounds, an exfil, and about 30 minutes of gameplay, but I liked it. I think for a few, it'll be kind of a shock, right? Like, we're used to the round-based zombies where it's a pretty linear setup, and then everything afterwards is just up to you. While this is partially the case, it's also an interconnected system of play that we haven't seen since Black Ops 2 in 2012 with Transit, so for many, that's sort of like a delay period or disjointed feeling of each segment may end up being a bit of a learning curve or something that you'll have to adjust your play with, but personally, I liked it.
Cool.
Survival maps is something that will be coming in the beta here, while not playable at next. Back in August, I ended up getting some hands-on time with the availability of the farm survival sector. This and the others will be those smaller POIs across Ashes of the Damned, but as their own sort of standalone thing. I'm going off pure memory here, but with the event in August, we had one objective, which was turn on the power. I think you had 2 perk machines and then the Der Wonder Fizz and the mystery box. That was it. It's a lot more bare bones than what you may be used to with Black Ops Zombies recently, but frankly, that's probably welcome for a lot of people as of late. And I do think it'll be really fun to grind zombies this way. Like camo grinders, I think this might be a very solid way to do things. I again forgot my notes twice now and forever lost on the drive we played at COD Next on, but I think that it was 1 round-based, 2 survival maps in Season 1, and that's a win, I think. Having zombies in the beta is as well a great win in my opinion, and thankfully the survival maps that we played will be what you can play as well. You don't have the full Ashes of the Damned experience, which is kind of a bummer, but this I think is a nice way in a beta sense to test out a little bit of the upcoming features. It says it has a round count of 999, so more than enough for like 99.9% of players. No slight pun intended there with the nines all around, but ultimately zombies look pretty good.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but the drugs won't hurt me. The drugs won't hurt me. Ex-girlfriend keeps calling my phone, but the bitch can't hurt me, so I'm not worried.
Zombies might be something that carries this game this year in terms of general interest and things that feel new. And yeah, it's the kind of expansion of what we saw with Black Ops 6 and the Dark Ether, but I think that this offers a more unique perspective and experience than like Black Ops 6 multiplayer to Black Ops 7 multiplayer at a sort of top level. But that said, finally, Warzone. First thing, disclaimer, like this might be something that entirely nullifies why you should even consider this. Frankly, I feel like I'm just an idiot on the internet with a microphone, so like, in my opinion, who cares anyway, but like, I fully get, I haven't played Warzone since March, so like, feel free to disregard, but I kind of believe this was the most underwhelming and disappointing reveals for Warzone's update of content and its immediate content launch with the Season 1 that we've had in years. Having a Liberty Falls style resurgence map, 2 POI updates coming to Verdansk, and a few
now I remember
more minor Black Ops 7 technical integrations. It's not something that I was entirely wowed by. Now, Blackout returning, that was something that we didn't have any heads up on. It was kind of dropped out of nowhere. Like, my chat, Ink Slasher's chat, he thought we were getting trolled. But sure enough, that's coming as the Blackout experience. What that will actually entail, I have no idea. Like, is that going to be something that is just basically Warzone, but you can pick up attachments, everything like that? Because, like, fundamentally, you have an entirely different core experience of Blackout versus Warzone. So whether or not it's like a bare bones Warzone that's dubbed Blackout with actual looting and no loadouts, perks that you have to activate, like, there's not nearly any information on this that we can talk about that gives us any sort of indication. But I mean, that is kind of a big wow factor, but it's coming in the spring of 2020.
I need you to take the ink bottle now. Oops.
Oof, man. I wonder what day October 10th is, man. That was like pretty, bro. October 10th! I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, man. I had to lock in. That shit did catch me off guard, though. I said, damn, same day as that was it. Matter of fact, while we talking on that, bro, I can't wait until we see the first gameplay of Modern Warfare 4. That's gonna change a nigga life. Chipotle changed my life. Wait up, Chipotle is my life. I don't want your ravioli, nigga. Bruh, that shit gonna hit the streets like just gonna spread over the whole fucking world, and that bitch just gonna be a motherfucking good breath of fresh air for everybody. Niggas talking about this shit just made me pre-order Battlefield 6. I'm telling you, if you wanna be real, for me personally, everything Battlefield 6 does, everything Block 7 does, just it's just adding $1 to the motherfucking Modern Warfare 4 pre-order fund. I'm in that bitch stacking cheese, nigga. Each update, each review trailer. Bruh, cause I already know, like, I fuck with Battlefield, but I like Call of Duty. I grew up on Call of Duty, so. And personally, Battlefield does not have a search and destroy. I'm a search and destroy type of, like, 6v6 type of person. Like, I like my game modes are search and destroy, headquarters, demolition, capture flag, uplink / gridiron / whatever the fuck they call that bitch on BO7, Blob 7. I don't really care for domination. I'll play domination. Don't really give a fuck about hardpoint. I'll play hardpoint. I'll play some fucking ground war. Yeah, I will. Yeah, that's about it for real. That's my game modes. I'm not really a free-for-all type of nigga. I think I'm gonna start playing free-for-all though. Just cause. But yeah. That shit is going, man, I already know that bitch gonna be looking clean as fuck. I wonder how they gonna start that bitch, like, bro. Especially the trailer. Dog. That bitch. I don't even know how they gonna start that hoe, cause like, but I didn't play Modern Warfare 3 campaign, so I'm not really, I watched the nigga play that bitch. I watched the rap play that bitch. I was not playing that bitch. So I don't really got the feel for it. But I know how Modern Warfare 2 felt. And I know we got people to talk. That's a conversation for another day. I'm full of this bitch.
26. So, like, that's still a long ways off. But as for the content for Warzone, it almost seems like it's kind of indicative of the whole product overall, is that it feels kind of filler to the next big thing. While yes, you can still enjoy that stuff, and while there is some good stuff coming with it, it's just, I don't know, this year doesn't strike me with nearly as much excitement as years in the past have.
You know what this shit really remind me of? You know what this shit really look like to me, bro? It looked like when the PS5 dropped and they were still dropping 2K, and you could still play on that little like boat and shit. Like, you wasn't playing next gen for real, you just playing current gen. This shit look like when Call of Duty got next gen for PS4, when they was going from PS3 to PS4, and Advanced Warfare dropped, and Advanced Warfare was on PS4, but you know, the niggas on PS3 had their own little Advanced Warfare. That shit like this, like that bitch look like PS3 Advanced Warfare. Ooh, shit.
I don't know if it's, again, because I'm maybe aging out of COD. It's because I'm playing so many other games right now that, like, my mind just isn't necessarily focused on one singular FPS game in COD like I have been in the past. Whether or not it's because I'm making content for multiple games, that I'm enjoying all of the aspects of it, having multiple hands and multiple cookie jars. I don't quite know exactly just yet, but, like, that's kind of an overall feeling for the game at large, I guess. I think that this year, for those, again, that are big COD fans, that love Call of Duty, they loved Black Ops 6, I think that you are going to really enjoy this game. I genuinely do, and I hope that people do enjoy this game, because there are points that, again, I do really enjoy. But again, we do know exactly what we're getting into. It's been the same thing compounding the last 5 years.
Like, bro, having a hard time
in Black Ops Cold War. I mean, we've seen this story time and time again. We know what to expect. We know what is going to be coming. It's just a matter of if you're optimistic.
If you have tried multiple oral antidepressants and they haven't worked,
Listen.
Optimistic and positive, there's stuff that you can pull from out of that. But also, if you're just tired and you're kind of looking forward to the rest of the gaming landscape this fall, I understand why this may not be appealing to you. I think that of all things, this is probably the harder of the two games, Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6 to Black Ops 7. I think this is probably the harder sell. I think this is the harder...
Which is wild, because guess what? Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3 was literally like, okay, you're in 2022 this year, you're in 2023 this year. It makes sense. It's a 1 year difference. This game is like a 30-year difference. I think he was in like the fucking 90s, and now you're in 2025. That's like a 30-year difference, 35 years. I don't know if my math's wrong. First, can you? I don't think I've ever used the calculator on the MacBook, but we about to find out. Let me get the calculator, Slime. Yeah, let me get that calculator. Yeah, let's fucking 2025 minus 1995. I think that's what it was set in. Damn, 30. Fuck. Damn. $5. $5 a buck. Damn. Damn. Give me a new motherfucking shit I can add up. Give me the next one I'm gonna get, bro. The next one I'm gonna get.
Vacation of $70, if I'm being brutally honest, because while we do have, again, those cool things that are nice upgrades and things you can do, it is still at its core so similar in feeling that it feels much more like an expansion than Modern Warfare 3 did to Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 at least had those core experiences changed out. Movement, gunplay, and pacing, creative class systems, stuff like that.
Bro, I'm so sick of these health bars, bro. If they don't get these health bars out of fucking Call of Duty on zombies and the motherfucking multiplayer, bro. Get them points off zombies. They just put the points on the names on the side. Why is niggas' names not on the... Why is niggas' faces and they points not on the side of the screen in zombies no more, bro? I'm not fucking with this shit, bro. Fuck what you talking about, you bringing back classic zombies. If it don't got that shit, it's not classic, bro. If I'm looking at fucking health bars on zombies' heads, it's not classic, bro. Fuck what you talking about, man. Fuck is we don't, bro. Stop entertaining that shit. Stop being... Stop letting them niggas push you over and say, yeah, this all you can get. Nigga, we had it before. We can get it back again. This ain't skill matchmaking. No, this is the way the game is aesthetically made, bruh. Fuck is we talking about? Like, this ain't for the motherfucking... This ain't for the betterment of Call of Duty. They literally just doing this shit to make it look like Warzone. And I get y'all point on that one. I feel y'all pain on that one because I fuck with zombies, nigga. And I do feel like Warzone has affected zombies in a negative... Like, and I don't like that shit, bro. Especially because I like Warzone. I don't understand why two things can't both exist at the same time without them affecting each other in a way. Like, nigga, that shit just, why can't they just be separate? Like, y'all want to make things be the same. It don't have to be the same, you lame ass bitch. I'm talking to you, devs. Talking to you, devs. But, bro, I'm sick of that shit, bro. Get this shit right, bro. Fix the game, man. Wait till I find out who is on this shit. Wait till I find out who at the head of this shit, bro. Fix the game, man.
Did change it and evolve it enough to the point where you're like, okay, this is a genuinely different game, whereas Black Ops 7 might be the harder sell on that. So, all in all, yes, I enjoyed elements of what we played. I think it's fair to be critical of other parts, but do with that information what you will. That's my impressions here on it. I hope that's logical enough. I don't intend to piss anybody off. I hope that's logical enough. I don't intend to piss anybody off, whether it be you, the viewer, anybody who works on the COD teams. I know so many of them. I have great admiration for the work that they have done in all facets of it. It's just, this year I feel a little different, you know? But anyways, we got a very, very busy fall upcoming. Battlefield 6 immediately here in the future. Season 1 that was just announced, actually, that we didn't quite get around to covering, obviously. A potential Battle Royale launch there. Arc Raiders.
Bro,
my most
if they drop Battle Royale this month,
and then, of course, Call of Duty Black.
It's over. Locked in, they might fuck up. That might fuck up the fucking stew time. I ain't let it do that, but that's all I'm gonna be playing. That's all you're gonna be seeing fucking gameplay on.
November, December, we have seasonal
Firestorm
alongside all of that as well. So we've got a very busy fall upcoming. Whether this is your cup of tea, Battlefield is, Arc Raiders is, something else, we got you covered though. I'd love to have in the community.
Tap into Espresso Gang. It is about to be interesting. Can't wait to find out what the fuck we do be playing, but you know, we about to be playing that shit for 2 days because that's the beta, and I'm not picking this bitch up again. But I think it is important to see how people react to the first impressions of like gameplay, betas, and like multiplayer reveal trailers, because that's like genuine like thoughts and reactions to the shit without the unbiased opinions of what the community would think. Because you feel me, not only does the content creator affect what the community think, they community also affects what they content creator can think as well, and that goes for a lot of things, especially in this day and age. So yeah, bro, this is a very exciting time to be a Call of Duty fan, a very excited time to be a fan of FPS shooters in general. And I'm having fun with this shit, even though this shit looks like AI slop. Good. I missed it. Blob 7. At least try to be somewhat better than Blob 6. I don't know what else to tell you. That zombies look... but I was thinking about it until I remembered that fucking point, and that health bar just turned me off, man. It's like when you about to slide on the bitch and like she do some nasty shit in front of you, like you just like, yeah, nah. Click.